Emily is a 45-year-old housewife, having been married to Tom for only a few months. However, dark clouds soon began to loom over their married life. Tom was initially kind, but suddenly changed his attitude and began to complain about household chores. He increasingly claimed to be busy with work and came home late, often saying he had already eaten elsewhere. One day, Emily experienced a strange pain in her chest. At first, it was just a slight discomfort, but it gradually worsened, accompanied by shortness of breath and dizziness. Eventually, she had to visit the hospital for an examination. The diagnosis was a stress-induced heart condition. She was told she needed to be hospitalized for a while. When Emily informed Tom about the need for hospitalization while preparing for it, he frowned and asked irritably, "What about the house?" Emily apologetically explained how household chores would be managed during her hospital stay. But Tom's attitude didn't change. Emily, exhausted both physically and mentally, went to the hospital alone on the day of her admission, carrying her luggage. Tom didn't even see her off and went to work instead. During her hospitalization, Tom never visited, leaving Emily to endure lonely and anxious days. One day, Emily received a message from Tom on her phone. However, its content was shocking. It read, "Sandra, I love you. I'll be done with work soon, so wait for me." The message was quickly deleted, but Emily was convinced of his infidelity. Her chest pain returned, and she pressed the nurse call button. The nurse advised her, "Stress is not good for you, so try to think of something fun." But only one thing came to Emily's mind. It was about the lottery ticket she had purchased before getting married. She remembered that the winning announcement had been the previous day, and checked the official website for the numbers. The message, "Congratulations on your win," was displayed. Emily's heart was filled with surprise and excitement. At that moment, her life was destined to change significantly. She was no longer afraid of divorcing Tom or the existence of his mistress. She had a powerful ally to start a new life. Emily had obtained a chance to significantly change her life through the lottery win. However, she had to overcome obstacles before her. Divorcing Tom, confronting his mistress, and dealing with her own health issues. These were all barriers standing in her way. But overcoming these barriers was a chance to demonstrate her true strength. During her lonely time in the hospital, Emily began to reflect on her life and think deeply about her future. She remembered the free and enjoyable days of her single life before marrying Tom. She thought about what she needed to do to regain her true self. One day, while gazing at the sky from her hospital room window, she made up her mind. "I will no longer depend on anyone. I will seize happiness by my own strength." And this resolve became the theme of her new life. With strong determination, Emily decided to overcome her hospital stay. She began planning to start over using the lottery winnings. First, she would finalize her divorce from Tom and end his affair. Then, she would regain her health and prepare to start a new life. Emily's hospital life continued, but she was steadily making plans for her life after discharge. First, she looked for a reliable lawyer to start preparing for her divorce from Tom. She researched online and found a well-reviewed law firm, consulting with them over the phone despite being hospitalized. During discussions with the lawyer, Emily was advised that gathering evidence of Tom's infidelity was crucial. She began preparing to submit the misdirected messages Tom had sent, and his behavior at the hospital as evidence. As her discharge date approached, Emily's heart gradually brightened. She felt her health improving and a sense of hope began to grow. When the day of her discharge arrived, she was ready to take the first step towards a new life. After leaving the hospital, Emily first visited the bank to claim her lottery winnings. Holding a large sum of money made her feel even stronger. On her way back from the bank, she etched hope and determination for her future into her heart. Next, Emily met with her lawyer to officially begin the divorce process. Divorcing Tom was a significant step for her, and an essential process to free herself from past suffering. With the lawyer's assistance, Emily prepared to confront Tom. Emily also began to reassess her life and started searching for a new home. She found a high-rise condo in the city center and decided to purchase one of the units. The new residence would be a place for her to make a fresh start. Feeling prepared to begin her new life, Emily steeled herself for the confrontation with Tom. She was no longer her old self. Now, she had the strength to seize happiness by her own power. One day, as Emily's new life was beginning to take shape, a decisive event occurred. On her way home, Emily accidentally saw Tom and his mistress, Sandra, together. They were walking hand in hand, chatting and laughing. Seeing that scene, anger and sadness welled up in her chest. That night, Emily contacted her lawyer and reported the day's events as evidence of infidelity. The lawyer promised to further investigate, and her resolve to settle things with Tom strengthened. The next day, Emily decided to meet Sandra directly. She thought that confronting the mistress and presenting the truth would help her overcome her fears. Emily visited the nightclub where Sandra worked and called her outside. "You are Tom's mistress, aren't you?" Emily began in a calm tone. Sandra showed a moment of surprise but quickly took a defiant stance. "Yes, so what?" she replied challengingly. Maintaining her composure, Emily responded, "I plan to divorce Tom. And I also intend to make your relationship with him public. Do you really think he is happy being with you?" Sandra was momentarily at a loss for words, but quickly put on a brave face. "That's our problem, not yours," she retorted. However, Emily could see the internal turmoil in her eyes. Finally, Emily said, "You know what kind of person Tom is. If you think being with him makes you happy, that's fine. But I will do everything I can to reclaim my happiness." With that, she walked away. This confrontation served as a good motivator for Emily. She strengthened her resolve to overcome her fears and anxieties and move forward. From this moment, Emily was truly ready to start a new life. After the confrontation with Sandra, Emily immediately set up a meeting with her lawyer. It was time to concretely advance the proceedings. In the calm atmosphere of the lawyer's office, Emily reviewed the next steps and made plans. First, she needed to gather the necessary documents to proceed with the divorce from Tom. She carefully collected emails and messages as evidence of Tom's infidelity while he was away from home. She also found evidence of his relationship with Sandra and submitted it to her lawyer. The lawyer promised to prepare a lawsuit against Tom based on the evidence Emily had provided. He explained the upcoming procedures in detail and discussed how to proceed. Emily listened attentively, preparing herself for the challenges ahead. Next, Emily continued her preparations for a new life. She purchased a high-rise condo in the city and arranged for the move. The new residence symbolized her liberation from painful past memories. She also decided to join a fitness gym to regain her health. She believed that getting her physical condition in order was essential for starting her new life. Training at the gym also helped refresh her mind and body. However, Emily's new life was not yet completely stable. Until the divorce with Tom was finalized, there was a possibility of harassment and interference from him. Emily braced herself for this, solidifying her resolve and deciding to move forward. One day, Emily received a call from her lawyer. Tom was showing a willingness to divorce, but he was fiercely resisting property division and alimony. Hearing this, she felt a stir in her heart, though it was something she had anticipated. In the meeting with her lawyer, Emily reaffirmed her determination. "I will not be bound by the past anymore. I will fight to reclaim my happiness," she vowed. This resolve strengthened within her, and she took the first step towards her new life. With the meeting with her lawyer concluded, Emily was ready to begin the full-scale battle for her divorce from Tom. Her heart was filled with both anxiety and a strong determination to carve out a new path for her happiness. From now on, she would walk the path to pursue her own happiness. One day, Emily received a call from Tom. He was angry and confused, complaining to Emily. "What are you thinking, hiring a lawyer to sue me?" he yelled. However, Emily responded calmly. "This is my right. You need to take responsibility for betraying me," she replied firmly. After hanging up the phone with him, Emily reaffirmed her unwavering determination. She was ready to move forward on her own strength, no longer bound by the past. Emily's new life gradually took shape. She decorated her condo to her liking and found hobbies and activities to enrich her daily life. At the fitness gym, she made new friends, and her life became much more fulfilling than before. Emily and her lawyer re-strategized and faced negotiations with Tom. She was prepared to face any difficulties to protect her rights. The confrontation with Tom was tough, but she never wavered and stood her ground. Emily's new life had begun. She vowed to continue pursuing her happiness and move forward with determination. After starting her new life, a new person appeared in Emily's life. It was John, a trainer she met at the fitness gym. John was in his mid-30s, refreshing and warm-hearted. As Emily continued her training at the gym, they gradually became close. John was a professional trainer, yet he treated Emily with warmth and care. He considered her health condition and created a manageable training plan. Following his advice, she gradually regained her strength. One day, after training, John spoke to Emily. "Emily, you look really energetic lately. I'm glad to see your health improving," he said with a smile. Emily responded with a smile, too. "It's all thanks to you, John. I don't think I could have recovered this much without your support." She expressed her gratitude. Through their continued training, they built a close relationship. John became a trusted friend and sometimes a reliable advisor for life matters. Through her interactions with him, Emily realized she wasn't alone and felt stronger hope for her new life. One day, John invited Emily to lunch. They decided to have a leisurely chat at a nearby cafe. John shared his past and dreams with Emily. He also had overcome difficult experiences and built his career as a trainer. As she listened to his story, Emily felt her heart opening up. Touched by his strength and kindness, Emily felt inspired to live more positively. From that day on, their relationship deepened. Emily began to develop special feelings for John, though she wasn't sure if it was romantic. However, her interactions with him became a source of emotional support and a significant force in her new journey. A new light named John entered Emily's life, warming her heart. While there might still be many challenges ahead, she vowed to move forward with John's presence as her emotional support. As Emily's new life progressed smoothly, she began to find daily joys. In addition to her training at the fitness gym, she started spending more time with the friends she made there. She joined running clubs and yoga classes with her new friends, leading to days of physical and mental refreshment. The weekly gym events became a major source of enjoyment for Emily. Events like hiking and barbecues with gym members offered Emily the chance to deepen her connections with her new community. She transitioned from her previously lonely days to a fulfilling time. One weekend, during a camping event with gym members, Emily noticed new feelings blossoming within her. Laughing around the campfire with friends, chatting under the starry night sky, and especially the special time spent with John made her realize her growing bond with him. That night, Emily and John talked by the campfire. John began to share his dreams and future goals with Emily. "Someday, I want to open my own gym. I want to bring health and happiness to more people," he said with shining eyes. Emily was moved by his words and encouraged him. "You will definitely create a wonderful gym, John. I'll support you all the way." John appreciated her words and smiled. "Thank you, Emily. You give me courage." They continued their conversation until the campfire burned out. Through her time with John, Emily felt new hope and dreams emerging within herself. John's presence became a source of emotional support and enriched her new life. Days spent with new friends, special moments with John, and the times when she felt her own growth filled Emily's heart and colored her new life. Emily finally felt truly happy. As Emily's new life progressed smoothly, her divorce from Tom was finally finalized. On the day the court notification arrived, she felt a sense of liberation and readiness to take a new step forward. She was now free from the painful memories of the past and ready to fully embark on a new life. To celebrate her finalized divorce, Emily hosted a small party with her friends from the fitness gym. Everyone celebrated her new start, making it a significant time for her. Among them, John gave her his heartfelt congratulations. After the party, Emily and John had some time to talk alone. John said to Emily, "Congratulations, Emily. From now on, cherish your happiness and live a wonderful life." Emily, filled with gratitude, replied, "Thank you, John. I couldn't have come this far without you." That night, Emily felt the urge to express her feelings to him. She realized she had special feelings for him but didn't know how to convey them. However, as their bond deepened, Emily decided to be honest about her emotions. "John, it's not just gratitude I feel for you. I have more special feelings. Having you in my life makes me truly happy," Emily confessed courageously. John looked surprised for a moment but then responded with a gentle smile. "Emily, I feel the same way. The time I spend with you is very important and special to me." At that moment, they both knew their feelings were mutual and naturally held hands. Their relationship grew deeper and stronger. They promised to support each other and walk through life together. Emily looked forward to a future with John, filled with great hope and excitement for their new life. However, Emily's happiness was short-lived. Tom was not satisfied with their finalized divorce and tried to disrupt her new life. One day, Emily received a harassing letter from Tom. "I will never forgive you. You ruined my life," it read. Emily felt a moment of fear upon reading the letter but quickly reaffirmed her resolve. She was no longer her old self. She now had the strength to protect her happiness. Emily decided not to succumb to Tom's harassment but to move forward. As her new life progressed smoothly, Tom's harassment escalated. At first, it was just letters, but then he began showing up unannounced at her new residence. Tom unleashed his anger on her, trying to disrupt her life again. One evening, as Emily returned from the gym, Tom was waiting at the entrance of her condo building. With eyes full of rage, he shouted, "You ruined my life. What are you going to do about it?" Emily tried to remain calm but was overwhelmed by his aggression and felt scared. She hurried through the entrance and into her room. However, Tom followed her and pounded on the door, shouting angrily. Emily tried to call the police, but her hands were shaking too much to operate her phone properly. At that moment, she felt a sharp pain in her chest and collapsed to the floor. Fortunately, a neighbor noticed the commotion and called the police. While waiting for the police to arrive, Emily struggled to catch her breath. But the pain in her heart wouldn't subside, and her consciousness began to fade. The police arrived and took Tom away, but Emily was transported to the hospital. The diagnosis at the hospital was a worsening of her heart condition due to stress. Emily was told she needed to be hospitalized for treatment again. She felt a deep disappointment at having to return to a hospital bed just as she had started her new life. During her hospitalization, Emily felt a mix of emotions. Anger and sadness over Tom's harassment, causing her health to deteriorate again. And the tragedy of facing this just as she was trying to seize happiness on her own. Despite her fears about the future, Emily tried to stay positive. At that moment, John rushed to the hospital. He was deeply worried about her situation. "Emily, are you okay? Please let me know if there's anything I can do," John said gently. Emily felt a bit of relief from his words and replied with tears in her eyes, "Thank you, John." John held Emily's hand and encouraged her. "Emily, you are a strong person. Let's overcome this together." Emily felt a renewed sense of strength from his words. The hospital stay was tough, but John's presence was a great support for Emily. His encouragement and kindness helped her regain the courage to stand up again. She decided to believe in her own strength once more to overcome this difficulty. Emily's hospitalization continued, and she began to feel her body and mind recovering gradually. However, as Tom's harassment persisted, she faced another significant challenge. One day, her lawyer contacted her, informing her that Tom had filed a new lawsuit over the division of property. Tom claimed that Emily had hidden her lottery winnings and demanded a share of them. Emily was shocked and filled with anxiety again. She feared that her new life might completely fall apart. Emily and her lawyer discussed countermeasures and prepared for the legal battle with Tom. The lawyer advised her to remain calm and began the necessary procedures to gather evidence. Emily found herself once again in the midst of a battle, and the mental burden was immense. Furthermore, Emily's health began to deteriorate again. Her heart started to hurt, and her shortness of breath increased. The doctor warned her to reduce stress and focus on treatment. However, the ongoing legal battle with Tom only added to her stress. One day, John visited the hospital again. He was genuinely worried about her situation and wanted to help her in any way he could. "Emily, please let me know if there's anything I can do," John said gently. With tears in her eyes, Emily replied, "John, your presence is a great support for me. That's enough." Despite John's encouragement, Emily began to feel her limits. She was gripped by the fear of losing everything she had built in her life, and endured sleepless nights. The doctor once again told her that she needed to be hospitalized, and she felt crushed by despair. Emily felt as though she had lost everything for a moment. Her health, her peaceful life, and her hope for the future. She felt trapped in a deep darkness with no escape. However, there was one source of hope left in her heart. That was John's presence. John stayed by her side, constantly encouraging her. "Emily, you are not someone who ends here. We can overcome this difficulty together," he said firmly. She was encouraged by his words and tried to find strength within herself once more. Emily felt like she had lost everything, but John's presence brought new hope to her. She resolved to stand up again and move towards the future. No matter how difficult the situation, she was determined to keep fighting for her happiness. Emily reflected on her life while lying in the hospital bed. With the legal battle with Tom and her health issues weighing heavily on her, she felt the need to reaffirm her strength and hope for the future. John's presence was a great support for her, and his encouragement helped Emily stand up again. One day, Emily received a call from her lawyer about new evidence. They had found proof that Tom was targeting her lottery winnings. The lawyer planned to use this in court as a strong weapon to fend off Tom's attacks. Based on this evidence, the lawyer suggested filing a new lawsuit against Tom. Emily hesitated for a moment, but then decided to fight to protect her future. They devised a new strategy and prepared to face Tom in court once again. On the day of the trial, Emily, accompanied by her lawyer, left the hospital to attend court. Tom maintained a defiant attitude, showing his anger towards her. However, when the lawyer presented the new evidence, Tom's expression changed drastically. With his plan exposed, the atmosphere in the courtroom shifted immediately. The lawyer used the evidence to prove that Tom's claims were baseless, and that Emily had valid reasons to reject his demands for property division. In the courtroom, Emily's courage and determination shone through, strongly impressing that she was overcoming her painful past and opening a new future. As a result of the trial, Emily won the lawsuit against Tom, and all his demands were dismissed. Emily was finally free from the shackles of the past and could reclaim her life. After leaving the courtroom, Emily celebrated her victory with John. "Congratulations, Emily. Now you can pursue your happiness without anyone interfering," John said. Emily expressed her gratitude. "Thank you, John. I couldn't have made it this far without you." Emily's heart was filled with new hope and determination for the future. She was confident that she could overcome her painful experiences and seize happiness by her own strength. She vowed to build a new life together with John. Emily's life reached a significant turning point. She overcame everything from her past and began walking strongly towards a new future. From now on, she would pursue her happiness without being hindered by anyone. Emily first resumed her training at the fitness gym to regain her health. With John's support, she aimed to recover both physically and mentally, striving to live a stronger and healthier life than before. Together with John, she enjoyed daily training and moved towards new goals. Emily also decided to restart her career. She contacted her former workplace and discussed the possibility of re-employment. Her supervisors valued her experience and skills and decided to welcome her back gladly. By returning to work, she was able to demonstrate her abilities and enjoy new challenges again. One day, Emily and John talked about their future together. John said to Emily, "We can build a happy future together. No matter what difficulties we face, we can overcome them." Deeply moved by his words, Emily replied, "With you, John, I'm not afraid of any future." With his support and love, Emily regained confidence in her life and found the strength to face new challenges. She resolved to pursue new dreams and goals together with John. Emily also became interested in supporting people who suffered similar hardships as she had. She joined a local support group and aimed to share her experiences and provide encouragement to women facing similar problems. Her kindness and strength brought hope and courage to many people. Emily's life regained its shine, and she began to walk strongly toward a new future. Happy days with John, a restarted career, and support activities using her experiences filled her heart with hope and joy. Emily's life changed significantly, and she continued to walk strongly toward her new future. Her relationship with John deepened, and they spent happy days supporting each other. As Emily grew, she also began to focus on helping others. Emily continued her activities with the local support group, bringing hope and courage to many women. Her experiences in kindness touched many, and her support activities yielded significant results. She felt great joy in being able to help others. One day, Emily was scheduled to give a speech at a support group event. She talked about her past experiences and emphasized the importance of maintaining hope no matter what difficulties one faces. After the speech, many people thanked her and were moved by her courage and determination. That night, Emily relaxed at home with John. They talked quietly under the candlelight, dreaming about their future together. John said to Emily, "You are truly a strong person. Let's continue building a happy future together." Emily smiled and replied, "With you, John, I'm not afraid of any future." A few months later, they decided to have a small wedding. Close friends and members of the support group gathered to celebrate their happiness. Emily, dressed in a pure white dress, vowed to start a new life with John. After the wedding, they went on their honeymoon, spending peaceful time together in beautiful surroundings. They deepened their love and trust for each other and held hopes and dreams for their future. Emily was grateful that her life had regained its shine and was determined to build a happy future with him. Starting their new life, Emily shared daily joys with John and walked towards the future. She had overcome past difficulties and achieved happiness through her strength. Emily's heart was filled with hope, joy, and love. Emily's life had regained its shine, and she vowed to continue pursuing her true self. The future with John was filled with confidence that they could overcome any challenges and infinite possibilities. As time passed in their new life, their bond grew stronger, and they spent happy days together. Emily continued her support activities, giving hope and courage to many people. Her work became well known in the community, and her name became a symbol of encouragement for many. Emily also succeeded in new projects at her workplace, earning the trust of her colleagues. She fully utilized her abilities and enjoyed fulfilling days at work. Her way of life inspired many, and smiles and words of gratitude always surrounded her. One day, Emily and John decided to welcome a new family member. They adopted a Pomeranian, whose adorable presence added more joy to their lives. The time spent with their new family member brought great comfort and joy to Emily and John, further strengthening their bond. Emily resolved to use the strength and wisdom she had gained from overcoming past hardships to move forward towards the future. She vowed to continue pursuing her happiness and build a wonderful future with John. Emily and John often took walks in nature on weekends, talking about their future. They reaffirmed their gratitude and love for each other and vowed to walk together forever. Emily held great hope for her future with him and was confident that they could overcome any challenges. One day, through her activities with the local support group, Emily decided to launch a new project. It aimed to help women with similar experiences rediscover themselves and walk strongly towards their future. Emily used her experience to provide hope and courage to many women. The project was a great success, and many women regained themselves with her support. Watching their progress, Emily felt grateful for her journey. Her work had a significant impact on the community, becoming a beacon of hope for many. Emily and John vowed to continue walking together and build a happy future. Their love and bond deepened, and they were confident they could overcome any difficulties. Emily's life entered a new chapter, and she would continue to pursue her happiness. Emily's story was one of strength, courage, love, and hope, overcoming past hardships. Her way of life inspired many people, and she would continue to give hope to many in the future.